This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, October 17th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. The Annapolis Police Department are investigating a shooting that happened last night on Benz Drive. It was at 29 Benz Drive. The call came in at about 10:40 p.m. and there was one victim. We do not have any details, but we do expect to have them a little bit later this morning. So you want to make sure you check out eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later for all the details on that. Arundel County Police made an arrest the other day. The investigation started back in January of 2019 when they received a tip about child pornography. This was in reference to a specific account that was directly associated in uploading child pornographic images to a particular internet website. After a little bit of investigation, they identified an address in the 7000 block of Harmons Road in Hanover, Maryland, and a potential suspect named Stephen Michael Masico. They did execute a search warrant back in May. They interviewed Masico, and he did admit that he was employed by the Anne Arundel County Public Schools at the Ruth Parker Eason School in Millersville. Now, police do not believe that any of the Ruth Parker Eason students were being depicted in any of the images recovered from the suspect. They did a forensic analysis of all of his devices and hardware and came up with corroborating evidence in the way of numerous videos and images depicting child pornography. On the 15th of October, police obtained an arrest warrant for Masico, and he was arrested without incident and charged with 5 counts of promotion and distribution of child pornography and 13 counts of possession of child pornography. He's currently being held at Jennifer Road Detention Facility with a no bond status, and police are asking anybody that may have any information to contact them at 410-222-4733. Now, we spoke with Bob Moser from the county school district, and his statement was that Mr. Masico was a teaching assistant at Ruth Parker Eason School. He was removed from that position immediately upon our school system receiving the first allegations last May. Since that time, he has been working in a position in which he has no contact with students. Like all employees, Mr. Masico is entitled to due process. We will take further action with regard to his employment status as soon as administratively possible. I'm going to have to look back on our records, but I seem to feel that there's been an awful lot of child pornography cases that have popped up in the most recent 6 months or so. Let's slide over into some traffic woes in the Bay Bridge. It does not get any better, and Maryland Governor Larry Hogan says he's furious about the traffic gridlock that has ensued, but delaying the work is not an answer. It could lead to catastrophic and potentially life-threatening safety risks. Hogan said there's nothing that state officials can do to make the sometimes miles-long traffic backups magically disappear, but he did promise urgent action to ease it some more. He's going to order the contractors to do work on the bridge redecking project 24 hours a day. He's going to eliminate all toll booths and move to fully electronic tolling at the bridge as soon as possible, and that will include physically removing the existing toll booths. They're going to consider the use of faster drying concrete to clean up the project, and they're going to also task state troopers to help improve the flow of traffic as opposed to the MTA officers. Finally, Hogan did say that he is going to be tasking the traffic engineers to negotiate with local officials to find solutions that, quote, share the pain and do not unfairly target one side of the bridge or the other as far as the traffic overflow. In other traffic woes, the ongoing saga of Route 450 between Annapolis and Crofton. They're doing a little bit more work in that area, and here is the SHA's Charlie Gishler with an update.
So what's going to happen is the Maryland Department of Transportation State Highway Administration is going to start to clean debris and clear debris from inlets, drainage inlets, and culverts on Defense Highway Maryland 450 between Huntwood Drive and Pebblewood Court and Gambrels. This maintenance work will address locations that are susceptible to flooding. Crews are scheduled to start work on Wednesday, October 16th, and will be on site between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. weekdays. Now, there could be an earlier start based on weather forecast and need. Traffic will be guided through this work zone using a flagging operation, so you should plan definitely some extra time through that area as we try to, curtail some of this flooding. Additionally, next weekend, the weekend of October the 25th, MDOT-SHA will temporarily close a section like we've done before of Maryland 450 between Ridges Gateway and Crownsville Road and South Haven Road. Again, that's going to be on the weekend of October 25th. This section of Maryland 450 will be closed starting at around 11:45 p.m. on a Friday night and last all the way through to 5 a.m. Monday, October 28th. This is a continuation of that project to install larger reinforced concrete pipes that will also accommodate a greater volume of water. Motorists will be detoured using US 5301 and also Davidsonville Road, Maryland 424.
If you shop at the Food Lion in Severna Park, you will have to get all your shopping in within the next 7 days. That store at 466 Ritchie Highway is scheduled to be closed on October 23rd, and the company said that euphemistically it was part of a routine reevaluation of locations. This closure will affect the employment of approximately 50 people. It does come amidst of a big shift in grocery stores. Just recently, Lauer Supermarket, which had 2 locations in Pasadena, announced that they would close both of their locations. Now, both of them have been sold and they will be reopened as different brands. One is the Green Valley Marketplace and the other one as a Garrispex Food Market. And of course, the story that we broke here several months, maybe even a year ago, is that Wegmans will be coming to Annapolis right across the street from Whole Foods in the old USI property. No date on when that's going to happen. And in some great news, Galway Bay Irish Restaurant on 63 Maryland Avenue is winning more awards. They have been chosen as the 2019 winner by the Irish Hospitality Global for Best Irish Whiskey Experience in the U.S. Galway can add this to their list of awards, including the 6th best Irish pub in the U.S., the best bartender, the best trivia night, as well as the #1 place to eat in Annapolis by DC Eater. This all comes after several months of renovation work when they introduced the Irish Whiskey Bar Experience, which features over 80 Irish whiskeys from everyday favorites to rare and very hard-to-find spirits. They've created select Irish whiskey flights to offer anybody that goes in a very unique tasting experience. If you want to go over to GalwayBayMD.com, they do have a virtual tour of the Irish Whiskey Experience there, and it's really very cool. You can actually zoom in to the bottle, you can read the label on the bottle, click on the bottle and find out all the history and everything else. Really a fascinating addition to their website. Speaking of additions to Galway Bay, it is that time of the year again, and their famous eggnog is back in stock. They've just brought that in from Ireland. So if you are at Galway Bay, Killarney House, Brian Boru, or down at Pirates Cove in Galesville, make sure you pick up a bottle for Thanksgiving and the holidays. That is some yummy stuff. All right, it is Thursday. We have Trevor standing by with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes, and we also have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. All that's coming up in just 1 minute.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severna Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us, men and women who serve without expecting anything in return, which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severna Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, October 17th. So we finally got some real rain across the region yesterday, with most spots seeing 1 inch or more. But today it will be back to sunshine for all, though temps will be below average with highs near 60 as gusty west-northwest winds add a fall-like chill to the air. But then skies settle Friday with temps in the 60s to be followed by a perfect October weekend with tons of sunshine and light winds with highs 66 to 73 degrees each day. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider. the only one in the Baltimore, Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker's Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Tonight, check out Artwork is Work at the brand new Graduate Hotel, formerly Hotel Annapolis. We'll be there along with a lot of other local artists and businesses showing off what we can do to help other businesses in the area with what they do. The event runs from 6 to 8, and you should check it out if you run a business or know someone who does and would like to pull from local artists and other groups to help your business flourish. Tonight at the National Cryptologic Museum near NSA, they're having a STEAM night at the museum. Check out the Crypto Museum at night and check out some great hands-on STEM activities for kids ages 10 and up. Saturday at the Chesapeake Arts Center, they're doing a Makerspace family workshop making mason jar jack-o'-lanterns. Also Saturday at the College Park Aviation Museum is Engineering 101 featuring parachutes. Kids ages 9 and up can learn about parachutes and how they work, as well as design and build their own to safely land their payload in the designated drop zone. Sunday is the Maryland Avenue Fall Festival, Halloween on the Avenue. 50 years strong, Maryland Avenue's Fall Fest has plenty of food, vendors, music, entertainment, and a Halloween pup parade. We'll be down there as well, so stop by and say hi. And both Saturday and Sunday this weekend at the London Town Gardens in Edgewater, they're having a hearth cooking workshop. Explore recipes of the past and learn historically accurate cooking techniques, all on an open fire. And also a reminder to check out the Maryland STEM Festival, running now through November 10th. This festival is celebrated every year by hundreds of groups around Maryland. Head over to marylandstemfestival.org for a list of events and workshops in your area. This week at the Ray of Light Studios, today they're at the Local by Design Annapolis Mall location, and they'll be teaching you how to paint with watercolors. The theme this time is Botanical Pears at Ray of Light Studios' main location on Margaret Avenue. On Monday, they're having a Fall Harvest Beginners Pastels course. Guest artist Margie LaRoche will show you how to create a fall harvest scene using pastels. On Tuesday, their Girls with Graphite continues. Also on Tuesday, they're doing a Puppy Love Pop Art. Start with a picture of you and your dog, and they'll sketch it out on a canvas for you, then teach you how to just add the right amount of art with markers and paint to make it pop. Deadline for photo submissions is today, though. And on Wednesday, they're doing Make with Markers after school. Kids can learn the ins and outs of drawing with magic markers. This week at Art Farm in Annapolis, on Friday, they're doing a wood burning workshop. Corey Johnson is back to teach the techniques of pyrography, the art of drawing with fire. In the spirit of Halloween, you'll be working with images of ghosts and pumpkins for this project. On Tuesday is Sketch Night October. This month is the Day of the Dead theme. Not a drawing class, just a casual hangout with sketching. There's also time to get the kiddos in at Art Farm's after-school programs, including stop-motion animation, street art, art foundations, as well as mixed media art. Classes are available for kids as young as 6 and as old as 15. At the Pongos Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club in Crofton, they always have a lot of stuff going on. Of particular note, check out today's Honeybee Photographer Headshot Clinic, as well as the Maryland Kid Biz networking event. But also be sure to check out their animation, robotics, Lego, 3D design, Minecraft modding, drone flight school, coding, and video creation clubs and classes. And this week at Annapolis Makerspace, as I mentioned, tonight is the Artwork is Work Expo, a showcase of businesses that can help your business. Check out some of the talent right in your own backyard, and check us out while you're there. And again on Sunday, we'll be at the Maryland Avenue Fall Festival, and then this coming Tuesday is our monthly general meeting and open house. Always a good time to drop in on the shop, check out what's going on, and meet some of our members. And as always, Wednesday is our woodworking open night, and Thursdays is our electronics open night. And you can catch me most Thursday nights at Annapolis Makerspace on Renard Court for electronics night, and you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zachary's for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war, were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zachary's. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.